I think I once wrote that David Collins' studio practically invented timeless glamour. And I think what's really interesting about glamour is people associate it with the silver screen, but actually if you go back and look at the etymology of the word, it's come from a Scottish word which is grammar, and that was actually related to learning. But learning then was about things like the occult and magic. From there you get this sense of why glamour is intriguing and enchanting and has that undefinable sense of magic about it that captivates. And that's what I relate to David Collins Studios, restaurants and bars.
Materiality is a huge part of everything we do. We love to use beautiful marbles, rich timbers, and I think it's really important for us that everything has an inherent quality of touch, quality of texture. You know, one of the things we've learned from experience over the many, many years is that using great materials means they'll look better with time. Some projects we love to enter a room and be wowed by the immediate view of a bar, for example. But other projects are a little bit more discreet. We like to save it as a sense of ceremony, a series of rooms that reveal themselves, room after room, area by area, to really create that wonderful drama and that sense of arrival. It's the smell of the space, it's the lighting, it's the feeling that the guests have. And that really all adds to the intrigue. I love this idea that, you know, guests arrive, they almost catwalk through the space on show to the whole room, but then you can sink into your private area, create your own little ecosystem in the room, but still be able to glance across, meet somebody's eyes, and really enjoy the atmosphere that we've created. Artists, artisans, craftspeople, anybody with a real sort of skill and quality of handwork is really important to all of our projects. I love to include statement pieces, textures, historic finishes. They all add a lovely sort of aged quality, a patina to the space, but ultimately another conversation piece, a talking point. In the Connaught bar, for example, where I'm sitting today, working with the artist Pierre Bonfil from Paris, we created this wonderful collage effect around the walls of the space. So it's almost like being submerged in a piece of art. I love unexpected color combinations. I work really hard with the teams when we're designing interiors to avoid the obvious, to avoid the fashion, the trendy, the colors of the now, but think what's right for the project. We always go to the location of the project, wherever it might be in the world, with large samples of the colors, because colors change with the light, they change with the landscape, they change with the spaces that they're going to feature in. Lighting is one of the key design elements that brings a room to life and adds that layer of glamour. Reflected light, borrowed light, shafts of light, nothing too sort of, you know, obvious and outlined. It's quite complicated and takes a lot of trial and error, a lot of practice, and a lot of things happen by accident. But they're always happy accidents, and ultimately you end up with something really quite magical. Using reflection is such a trademark in what we do. It's about catching the light, it's about the sparkle and the twinkle. Placement of mirrors open up rooms and spaces. They add activity, they add movement into a space. If I'm sitting, you know, looking towards a wall, it means I can see everything that's going on behind me. I want to be part of that. So we try and open up these spaces by using these wonderful materials. When we started out 40 years ago, we were really known for our bar and restaurant design. But this has evolved over the years, and people stepping foot in the most beautiful spaces wanted a piece of that at home, wanted a piece of that in their retail store, wanted a piece of that in the hotel. So we started expanding and covering all aspects of the luxury lifestyle. And I think that's part of the joy of creating beautiful, luxurious interiors.